Hey everyone, appreciate you all being here at USA Crypto Group for this AMS session. Today we have a project called QuDefi with us, and its mission is to provide you financial freedom. So with that being said, I'd like to welcome Ben from the team. Ben, pleasure to have you here. If you can start out introducing yourself, talking about your team, and giving us a bit of insight into your background experience.
Brilliant. So we're a team of ex-finance, high street, Wall Street, city bankers, fund managers, investment managers, and fintech specialists. So we're a group of 8 people who worked in the banking district for many years. We left that life and we got into the fintech part of everything. We formed our fintech company about 12 years ago. We developed a software that's cutting edge. We spent about $4.5 million on it, saying that we vigorously tested it over 4-5 years. And then we deployed it about 6.5 years ago. And we have a successful range of clients from 20 to 100 million. And we deploy 3 parts of our software through the years we've developed: a bridge API, a trading software, and a risk management software. These have nothing to do with the token. They are external factors. The token is not a trading token. It's not an investment product. We do not trade people's money. We do not have lock-ins. We do not have staking. We did not do a pre-sale. We did not do fundraising. We didn't do anything. We have $500,000 of locked liquidity of our own funds. We've bankrolled this project till date. We've airdropped in the first 25 days of the project, 20 days, more than $30,000 in USDT. We don't airdrop in the token. We don't dilute. We don't dump our token. We've listed on 5 major exchanges. Hence, we've been KYC'd to get on exchanges. We're on CMC, CoinGecko, and all the rest. As I said at the beginning of the call before the recording, this is our 15th or 16th AMA in the last 10 days. So we're doing a roadshow to get our project out there. So what we do is we revenue share our revenue to our holders. So simplicity, you hold and you earn. You can exit and enter whenever you want. Today we launched our revenue share application where you can effectively track how much you're going to get airdropped on a daily basis, how much we make, how much is revenue shared. And then at the beginning now, as an incentive, we've made it every Friday, the airdrop. So every Friday, we airdrop the amount of revenue that has been generated, which you can now track on the app. That's a small introduction of the token. It's a boring token. It's steady. It's in the first 20 days, it's gone to 3.1 million market cap. The chart is rock solid. There's no pumps. There's no dumps. There's no crazy volatility. It's just a boring upward trend. We have 3.1 million market cap at the moment, 1.75 liquidity. So if you know about liquidity and you know about market caps, then that's pretty solid. That's as solid as it comes. You can see from the volume, 200,000 in the last 24 hours. So there's not a lot of volatility. It's not a trading token where you go in and out, in and out. You're going to hold, you're going to make your USDT, and you're going to make on the growth of the token price. And it's a win-win situation. It's very low risk. So that's what we wanted to produce. We wanted to change. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to do something. What's hindering the crypto market at the moment? What's the bad about the crypto market at the moment? It's people launching tokens and saying they have algorithms that trade. We have algorithms. We have software. We have the technology. And yet we're not doing it because we're not regulated to run a collective investment. We're not regulated to trade people's money. So in our roadmap, we effectively have put in that we're going to get regulation. But our purpose now and what we're doing now and why we're revenue sharing is because we're building our community. We're building our market. So when we do go regulated, we can come to our community and say, the product that you've been making USDT on every month as a rev share, that's the product that you have now accessible to you. So you can access the actual product, because we've never had retail clients. We've only had institutional clients. We're not in the retail space. This is our first experience in retail. And I think we're doing a very good job. It's the first token as well. And we're not one to create tokens all the time. This is our token. This is our business. You know, this is our future. All our team's tokens are vested. Our locked liquidity is a year. Our contracts are audited. We've done every single step. We've partnered with top tier partnerships. Now we've listed on 5 exchanges, as I've said: MEXC, Bitmart, XT, 2bit. I forget the other one, but anyways, so many, they keep adding, and we're listing on BingeX next week, and then we're going on the likes of T1s, KuCoin, and all the rest. So yeah, we're really putting a foundation down. We're investing in our business. We're investing in our holders. For us, our holders come first. We respect the fact that they believe in our project and they hold. At the moment, we have 400 plus holders, and they're holding strong, and they're benefiting from it. Our community is very, very, very interactive on our Telegram, on our socials. So we're always there to answer questions. We're always there to explain. We go above and beyond for our users. Our users are very, very important to us. And hence why everything we do is because either it's a request from them or it's something we feel like we should add on. For example, the revenue share app, because we don't want people to think, so what if you make up a number at the end of the month and say, oh, I have 1,000 users, I can't airdrop such a big amount. So no, you don't make it up. It's stamped there. It's daily. It's there for everyone to see. And we've developed also a very lucrative referral for people who want to be involved in this and can't. So you can refer a friend, you can refer anyone you want, and you get 10% on the initial buy of the token. So if he does a 10,000 buy, you get $1,000. And you get 5% on his airdrop value every month. So you're basically making 10 and 5 every month off his investment. He doesn't lose anything from it because we pay that from our pocket. And again, everything's bankrolled by us. So if we're not making money, then we're doing something wrong. So we've been making money for the last 6.5 years with our tech, and it's going strong. We have a complete ecosystem for our clients, and yeah, that's a synopsis of our project.
Wow. Incredible introduction there, Ben. A lot of info to dissect, and we will break it down in detail, right? Go in depth on all the things that you touch upon there. But that's incredible. That's incredible that you guys literally funded. Well, first off, your background in business, in tech, is pretty incredible with your team there. And you guys spent 4.5 million to build a software, huh? Now, Ben, so let's talk about the software here. Now, when you said this is a proven concept software that you guys been I guess leasing to the financial institution, and it's proven, huh? Am I hearing that correctly?
If it didn't work, we wouldn't be paid, and we couldn't fund all this. So our clients are happy. The software is state of the art, and yeah, it's proven.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Okay, now how many clients would you say that you currently have right now?
We have 12. We always keep it between 12 and 15 clients. I mean, our clients range from 20 million to 100 million. So we don't like to take on more than we can handle. And the reason is, if we were now going to accept all the applications we have from all the smaller institutions, smaller family offices, smaller hedge funds, then our cost would go up and our revenue would go down. It would catch up in the end, but our holders will not benefit from that in the short term. So it's not something we're looking to expand. If we get to the point that we have so many holders and our revenue is not enough, then we'll expand our client base. We've got clients, applications all the time. Hello?
Oh, sorry about that. I was
Yeah.
I was muted for a second there. I was speaking to myself. Okay, that's incredible. So just to recap here, right? So you have a software, and that's pretty much your fundamental, the underlying business concept is for you guys are leasing out this software to financial institutions. So the people who buy into the tokens not necessarily benefit from this software, but the benefit is to get the revenue share or the revenue that you guys are earning from this institution, correct? And other aspect of you, but that's the core business model, correct?
Correct. So our users will be eventually will benefit from the software directly, but at the moment, as I said, we're not here to play around. We're not here to risk our money for doing something that is not 100%. So trading people's money and managing people's money without the proper regulation is not the right way to go. And although people do it in the space, it's wrong. It's totally wrong. And so until we get that regulation, our holders will benefit from us leasing the software, and then eventually they will benefit from holding, and because they'll be the first people to access it.
Awesome, awesome. I think we kind of get the gist of your core
I mean,
business model.
if you go into the business strategy of things and you plan correctly, and you see that, okay, I can open a regulated business now with the funds I've spent until date. I can open a regulated business now. You think to yourself, well, then I need to market and get to retail because I don't have retail clients. So what's the best approach? The best approach is first to have, or if you like, the most financial sense is to build your clientele. So when you do get your regulation, which takes time, it takes about a year and something, to get your regulated status established as a business, then you've already, by creating this community and creating the foundation of the clients who will access it, is much more cost effective, because not only are you building and creating more and more and developing as you go along, because we are a tech company, so we keep developing stuff. You reach a point where you get your regulation and you've got your foundation, you've got your structure. I mean, look at a building. It builds down first, then builds up a skyscraper. So at the moment, we're building our foundation so we can build a really tall skyscraper, if you look at it in a simplistic way of view.
Correct. You got cut off there, Ben, for a second there. So I'm not sure it's me, but uh I I heard like 99% of it. You got cut
Yeah,
off first.
I was just saying that to build a proper foundation and a proper structure, it all starts from the people that will support the project. And if you have that support there and established, then it's much more concrete going forward, rather than launching a company, a regulated company, and then saying, okay, I'm going to go and spend a lot of money on marketing and start from zero. Whereas you can spend this time to get your regulation, you can spend this time in building your community.
Right, 100%, 100%. I agree with you there. And I think once you have the solid foundation, then you can always scale up, like you mentioned there. Now, I do want to go back and just more in depth on this software here, because this is your core business model. Now, currently, right now, you're leasing it out. Let's talk about the I guess the revenue model with your software here. Now, when you're leasing out to this financial institution, is it like a one-time thing, or is that also on top of like I guess revenue share with them as well on their side for the business P2P side with them? Do you earn like a revenue based off like the trading volume, etc., or can you go in depth on that?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because that's directly targeted to what the project is, and not the actual results and so forth of the trading, which a lot of people confuse. So that's a good question. So on the software, we have 4 different elements. One of the biggest elements and the biggest income, if you want to call it, is the Bridge API. So when we had the initial software, was the risk management software. So we're a group of 8 people, as I said. We set out to create something that was missing in the market, and it was a fully fledged trading risk software. So it could risk manage for you. You can put the parameters that you need. You could alter it. You could run different strategies simultaneously. A lot of different elements that are all in one place now. And our biggest cost was the Bridge API. Now, our Bridge API, the example I give, if you think of little islands, they have a bridge to cross them, and you're the toll gate. So every time you cross a bridge, you have to pay a toll. So we create the Bridge API. That was an external factor for us. That was something we outsourced, but we shortly realized that if this is our biggest cost, then it could be our biggest income. So we sat down and we produced a really, really, really good Bridge API. And we give that along with our software. So that income stream from the Bridge API is based on volume. So we mark up every time on the spread. So every time a trade's executed, we make on volume. So that's a big part of our income. And then we lease the other components of the software with a flat out lease, which is risk management, the trading software, and then we give our servers as well, a data center. So basically, it's a one-stop shop with all your technology needed.
Okay, okay. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. And I like the fact that you guys putting your money where your mouth is. You said that your LP is provided by you guys 100%. Is that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, everything's provided by us. So from the minute you want a complete solution, so you receive a data center, you receive the hardware, the software, you receive the risk management until you're connected with your liquidity provider, your clearinghouse. We do everything for you. Your clearinghouse account as an institution is where it will be. With each liquidity provider, with each clearinghouse, we connect you. And we've created Bridge APIs for the top 10, which our clients use. And everything happens on a 24-hour basis. Teams which have support for our clients, monitor, maintain. Everything's working up to shape. We have backup after backup. So yeah, it's a well-established business.
Nice, nice. And currently you have around 12 clienteles, correct?
Yeah, we have 12 established clients, which we've had for a long time. I mean, some of them are even our ex-employers. When we left the banks, we didn't leave, we're leaving, sue us, or non-compete, or no, we left on really good terms. We kept them even as our first clients. So we turned our actual employees into our clients, and then we added more. We do have a lot of people wanting our software, but as I said, it's healthy, the income, it's manageable with the staff we have. So expanding is something we can do, but we are not doing at the moment because it's not needed. It's not about how much you're going to make. It's how much you can make and manage it.
Right, right. You have to be able to manage that. That is the key. Okay, so to recap, so the revenue streams, you got the coming from the Bridge API, which you spoke on, the maintenance cost, the servers, maintenance cost, the data management cost. You got the leasing of the AI trading software and the risk management software, right? So those are where,
Correct.
if I buy into the token, those are where the revenue stream coming from, and I get. So I imagine, I assume that I'm gonna get the revenue share based on my holding of the tokens, correct? In proportion to what I hold. Is that correct?
Exactly. That is exactly correct. So you can go on the RevShare app and see, okay, last Friday we airdropped 17,000 USDT. Yesterday we airdropped 12,000 USDT. So if you're a holder, you can simply go and see daily how much is the revenue, what percentage you hold as a holder. The holders are listed there as well. So you can see real time, do your calculation, which that is something, by the way, which we're developing to put on the app, where you can just input your number of tokens and it'll tell you your portion of the airdrop. So that'll be easy for the user to do. It doesn't have to go calculate manually. But yeah, you get a portion of the percentage that you hold.
and that's being distributed on a monthly basis, which you said the platform to keep track of your distribution is live or is live right now, correct? Did I hear that correctly?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah, I'll check that out after this. All right. Now, before we go on, though, right? Let me ask you this, though. So, what people are listening right now, they say, there's so many different trading software out there for institutions. If you have to like sum it up, few lines, what differentiate your software than the other ones out there?
Well, first of all, we're not an off-the-shelf trading software. We're not a simple plug-and-play software. It's very complex, and to deploy it, you need a lot of components. I mean, it costs a lot of money just to deploy. It doesn't run on one computer. It runs on a data center, Y4, LD4, depending on the location. These data centers are financial data centers. They never go down. So yeah, each terminal runs on its own VPS. There's one component, so you can't just plug in without the risk management, without the API. It's a complete suite of products. So it's not a plug and play. It doesn't just stop working one day. It doesn't produce you a few results and then that's it. And it's a proper software. Like I can't really I can't compare it to the ones out there because it's uncomparable.
How long have you guys been working on this software product before you lease it to the first financial institution?
Yeah, we 12 to 13 years, and our first official leasing contract came in about 6.5 years ago. That's the only reason why we kept it off is because it's just to be sure. We vigorously tested it. We tested it, back tested it live for 4 years with our own funds again. We have a habit of doing that, putting our funds where our mouth is, So if we don't risk it, why are we asking you to risk it as a client? If we don't believe in the project, why wouldn't we put our $500,000 worth of locked liquidity? It's things like that really differentiate us from others.
100%, and that's how real life business is supposed to run, right? Not like you're mostly the crypto space. Most of the projects out there, right? It's run differently, and I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, let's talk about the LP. It's incredible, right? Right now, you have 1.7. Let's see here, 1.75 LP with a market cap of 3.11 million, which is incredible. Now, a lot of people, there's a misconception out there. Oh, well, there's a lot of thick LP that the chart does not move. I think that's the wrong way to look at it, because with a thick LP like that, people can buy big in there, right? You can go throw in 10,000, 20,000, and it still be okay. And you're able to liquidate when you want to sell it. You're able to sell it as well. So that's a very healthy LP. That's not bad at all. A lot of people think that you need like a little what like 2% LP, but then you get that volatility, right? Is you don't want that, right? And you can't even buy in. Wells cannot come in. So that's incredible. I mean, you have like over 50% LP in there compared to the MC.
Yeah. And one of the reasons is because we have big clients and we have clients that believe in us. So we don't want them to come in and put 10s and 20s and then you just see a huge spike. Then the little guy gets dumped with just a sell. Like the last 24 hours, we've had 8K buys, 10K buys, 10K buys, 15K buys. The chart's not really moved that much, but when it moves, it holds its ground, and it's stable.
That's exactly it, right? And if you guys look at the volume, the buys, right? You got 3,000, 2,000, 4,000 in and out at a 3.1 million market cap. You don't see that. The reason for that is because they have a very healthy LP, which allows Wells or anyone that wants to buy in a lot, like in big, can do that. That's amazing. And not only that, just buying in, able to exit as well, and that's important.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we attract a lot of whale groups, because they don't want their clients going into memes and stuff like that, which are volatile. They like to invest per se in a stable project with good growth. Obviously, we've grown to 3.1 million in the first 20 days, but it's stable. It's not a crazy growth. We didn't go to 17 million and stuff like that. So, yeah, we're hard going up, but we're very hard coming down.
Yeah, the chart looks very healthy, actually very healthy, right? I mean, you have the big spike when you launch it. That's normal, right? There's less speculation than right now, but
A
you
lot of
went side.
snipers.
Was that then?
A lot of snipers.
Yeah, a lot of snipers. Yeah, but the chart's very healthy, guys. Actually, it's very nice and steady growth there, and that's what you want to see ultimately, right? Uh, that's what you want to see, right? Where it's sustainable. There's not a lot of volatility, and that's what you really want to see in the chart. But yeah, let's take it back from the beginning here. So you launched it around 20 days ago. Looks like you mentioned there, 20 million market cap. Now, how was the launch been? And when you guys launch it, like did you guys go through the pre-sale, and how was it launched?
No pre-sale, no fundraising. We stealth launched. We said, here we are. And that was it. And every update we do, we just put it in the group. We don't build the hype over it. We don't say tomorrow something's coming, or no, we just post it in the group and we let people make their own judgment, see if that's for them. We're not here to convince anybody of a hype. We're not here to build something that is not sustainable for the long run. We want something that speaks for itself, and the best word is the word of mouth and the experience, and that's what we do. I mean, we didn't tell anybody we were listing on 5 exchanges in the first 20 days, but we just rolled it out. Guys, we're listed here. We're listed on XT. We're listed on 2bit. We're listed on MXC, on Bitmart, Probit. We just put it out there. And this, for example, the reason why you didn't see that the revenue share is out because we just posted it on our Telegram, and then 100 posts came after that. It wasn't a hype job, it wasn't. It's just there, and it's gonna be on our website shortly. It's in our Telegram group, the link. But that's all we do. We don't create a hype because we're here to stay, and we're here for the long run. Today isn't our goal. Tomorrow, the next day, the following year, and the years to come.
That's incredible. I mean, 20 days and you have 5 sex exchanges already. And you mentioned you guys had done 16 AMAs already. That's also incredible. And you also mentioned that you guys put the 1.75 million in LP right now. Your own money consists of 500K in that pool, correct? And it's locked for 1 year.
That's correct.
That's incredible, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, not a lot of people do that.
For us, it's an investment, and we believe in our project so much that it's money well parked.
I mean, props to you guys to do that. I mean, you guys gotta have a lot of money here. You guys got some thick wallet then, huh?
Listen, we've all worked like our asses off over the years, and our savings have all gone into this. So we put a wallet together. Everyone out of the 8 people put the same proportion in the wallet. We said, guys, this is our budget for the next 2 years. We're not fundraising. We're not pre-selling. We're not doing any of that. We all need to contribute. Let's put the money in the wallet and be sure we have the funding for the next 2-3 years. And let's get the show on the road. And that's what we did. So we all put in our money, and here we are. And we hit every milestone. We deliver on every milestone. For example, when you list on exchanges, they ask you, actually, they tell you, okay, the listing fee is $100,000 plus 100,000 worth of tokens. We go back to them and say, we'll pay you $200,000 USDT, but we're not giving you any tokens. And the reason why is because they'll dump our token. And we're not into dumping. We're not into throwing our token away. We're not into that mind frame.
And I respect that, man. You're right, 100%. And that's the problem with a lot of the centralized exchanges out there. Even with the pre-sale, what do you call that? I can't remember. I don't know what the hell to call that. You know what I'm telling you, the I guess pink
Dumping,
sale.
throwing it away, throwing it away.
Yeah. What do you call that? I can't remember the damn name, like pink sale and other platforms out there that.
Something like that. Yeah. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
You get like you have to give like 2% of the supply, and that's what happens. They dump it, right?
Well, they
So
say
no,
supposedly they run these competitions and all this garbage, but it's just a complete dump. Like, for example, if we had given tokens to them, when we started the listings, when we were at 1 million market cap, and now we're at 3 million, they would have just dumped it on us at, such a market cap.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm glad that you guys are mindful of that. No, the chart looks good, man. The chart looks really good. Yeah, I mean, stealth launch. Wow, incredible. Because I was going to ask you if there's any vesting tokens that we should know about, but there's no vesting tokens. Um,
No,
yeah,
the
I mean, I
vesting
wish
token is only our tokens that are vested. We didn't take anything. We didn't come into this to say, yep, we'll take a big piece of the pie, and yeah, but no, we vested ours as well. So the whole team's tokens are vested.
Awesome. All right, Ben. So now you mentioned now we're pretty clear on the revenue share streams. You also mentioned about the referral program earlier a bit there. Let's go dive deep into the referral program. How can investor earn additional money through referral program?
Yeah. So on the referral program, what we wanted to do is create something that was beneficial for someone to introduce, not a one-off fee, but also have the incentive to keep their introduction, keep the holder as a holder by informing the holder, telling the holder of its developments, informing the milestones, informing how the project's going, because it's towards their interest, because they're going to make 5% on their airdrop. Now, if they're going to make 5% on their airdrop, then they want their holder to stay in, right? And of course, we want holders because we want them to benefit on USDT, but we want to grow our community. We want to grow our holders. And that's why we did the referral program in that way. But we didn't do it in the way you refer someone and you'll get 5%. No, you refer someone on the amount, the first purchase, you get a 10% of that, which is a big percentage, and then you get 5% on the airdrop. Now, the reason why it's lucrative is because we're not here to make a quick buck, right? We can take some of the revenue because we only airdrop 60% of our revenue. We hold 40% back. Some of it's for a buffer, some of it's for expenses. And in that 40% that we hold back, we have a percentage for our introducers. And we make less, a lot less, because we airdrop 60% and then part of the 40% we give to our introducers. But for us, that's what we're here to do. We're investing. As long as we have money to put food on the plate, then that's all we need, because this is our life. The project is what we're all about. We're 22, 23 hours a day around the clock. It's passion driven. It's not exhaustion driven. So yeah, that's why we're giving a lucrative introducer fee, and that's why we're giving a healthy USDT airdrop.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, so there's an incentive to be part of the community there, guys. So check them out, okay? After this, I will be posting the Telegram, and make sure you guys join the Telegram and do further research on that.
Yeah, and about the Telegram, be very careful, guys. Be very careful. We've had 20 Telegrams pop up. They're all scams. Everyone says it's a good thing because your project's getting noticed. It's never a good thing. It's never a good thing, people getting scammed. So be very vigilant. Just take the post from the link that's going to be posted. Don't go on to any Telegrams thinking that it is QuDefi. It's not. We only have one Telegram.
Yeah, be careful with that for sure. Whenever there's a promising project, there's always like that, right? You got to be very careful.
Correct.
I've been scammed. I've been scammed like that a few times early on my days, So yeah, very careful, and make sure you guys turn off your ability to get added to rooms, right? That's one of the biggest way to get scammed is that if you have that on and people just add you to a fake room and you think that's the right contract, and so yeah, turn that option off. Now looking at the tokenomics spend,
Mm-hmm.
I see that there's a market maker. Right now, do you guys currently have a
Mm-hmm.
market maker, and how does that work with the taxes like that?
So we have a market maker at CLS, but as you can see, we don't go crazy on market making. It's just to hold the liveness of the price. There's no fluctuation. It's stable. There's nothing crazy going on. There's no uplift. There's no downward trend. It's basically not making any money. It's at a loss, as you said, with the taxes. We just pay for it at a loss because to keep the chart active. Because our holders are long term. That's the only reason we do it, to be honest with you. We don't do it for any other reason. There's no gain for us. It shows it's evident on the chart that there's no gain for us because it's a flat line market making. And it's just a loss making for us in gas fees and taxes. But yeah, it's for our community and it's for our holders. So we're spending there as well.
I was gonna say, especially you over in over in ETH, right? This is an ETH project, correct? Let me
Correct.
yeah, and plus you have taxes. Now let's talk about those the taxes. Where are those going?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question because it's really irrelevant to where they go because our taxes are so small. The income, like we'll have $1,000 in taxes because our holders are holders, right? They only buy, which is 1%. They don't sell and buy, sell and buy, sell and buy. So it's not one of those projects. So our taxes are irrelevant, not even a speck in consideration of what we spend. So it's not even going anywhere. I mean, it's just going into a pot which I think it's like over the last 20 days, like $10,000 or something. So yeah, it's irrelevant.
Now, is that something that you may uh consider getting rid of? Like, I mean, if the I guess if the project warrants it, or
The only reason you don't want to get rid of it is because if you don't have taxes, then you have people coming in and just buying and selling it, and creating mayhem. At least the taxes keep those away, and when you have to pay like 2% to sell, 1% to buy, you're gonna think about doing that. When there's no taxes, then you just leave the door open.
you don't think you don't think that will prevent volume though?
Well, we're not in this for the volume. We're in this for the holders. We're not one of those projects for volume. The only reason, again, with the market making is to create some volume because we're never going to be that project that you're going to come into for volume. We're going to be in that project where you're going to gain on the rise of the market cap. You're going to gain from the USDT airdrop. You're going to want to hold. So you're not going to do that volume. The volume happens on the exchanges. That's why we listed on the exchanges. If you want to do volume, be my guest. We're listed on 5 exchanges. Go for it. And we're listing on more for that reason, because there are people that want to trade volume and they can do that on the exchanges. It's just not something that it makes sense to happen on our Uniswap, on our chart.
Makes sense. Especially the business model is they're earning the revenue from an external revenue stream. Yeah, so that makes sense. Now I assume that all the sex that you guys have on right now, there is no tax on sex, correct?
Sorry, what?
There are no taxes on the centralized exchanges, correct?
No, they have their charges. They have their spread. There's no taxes. No, they can't have the taxes on the exchanges. No.
Right, right, right. Sounds good, man. All right, so let's talk about the roadmap. What is the immediate goal moving forward?
So the immediate goal moving forward is grow our community. Obviously, our holders benefit, and then we've started the process to get our doc status, our regulation. Obviously, as I mentioned, we're KYC'd because we're on exchanges. and start building those milestones. We want to establish a good foundation on all the exchanges. We're now considering OKX, Bybit, KuCoin, Gate, and a couple of others. So we'll get on those as well. We're doing a lot of marketing this week. We're giving a really big push, mainstream marketing as well, YouTube, Google. So we're getting out there. And then hopefully sooner rather than later, we start to have our office space and our headquarters and our regulations in place. And then we can just say to our users, we're now established, you can use directly as a holder the software, the trading software. I think what we're most probably likely to do down the line is give the option of both. If we keep the institutional clients, then we'll have the option of a rev share as well. If we don't keep the institutional clients and we just go into retail space, then it'll only be one option. It'll be on the trading.
Correct. Now, okay. Now that is that something that you guys made up your mind, or it's kind of pretty much kind of play it by ears right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's on the roadmap, and it's something that is on our mind. But that's a small difference in the future. That's a bit flexible into the decision making, because our main thing is to establish the entity and establish the regulation.
When you say establish regulations, and you're talking about like the SEC regulations,
more of the likes of VARA, more of the likes of a more international regulation, rather than America as a regulator. But America is, of course, under our umbrella, under our thoughts. But it's a different process, and I mean, we will get out there. Of course, it's a big market.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I think once you establish your first regulated entity, then it's much easier to go to the regulator, let's say the SEC and so forth, and say, listen, I have a regulated entity here. Can I establish my entity? And it's a lot easier rather than going for the hardest regulator first.
Right. Yeah, no, the SEC is the mess here in the United States.
It's bureaucracy. It's a lot of paperwork. So it's a lot of checks and balances. Capital adequacy as well is a big chunk of money that you need to put down, 2 million plus. So yeah, it's a lot. It's our roadmap is big, it's long, and it's for the long haul.
It is. I'm actually looking at it right now. So it's have a lot of big milestones on here. I mean, Q4, which is go ahead.
Yeah, and on there, the milestones that we're reaching now weren't even on the roadmap. We didn't put. We have to list 5 exchanges by then. We have to do a rev share app. So it's very, very fluid in the sense that those are our major milestones, and then we're adding all the time as we go. And we don't have time to update our roadmap. We just keep producing them and releasing them and hitting those milestones and the non-existent milestones that become milestones, So those are our major milestones, and the daily milestones that we hit for other projects are considered huge milestones, But for us, it's just a way of doing business. We just crack on and we deliver always.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible that you have 5 centralized exchanges already within 20 days. That's actually incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, considering the volume too. So I mean, that's crazy. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the project. I think you guys are moving very strategically. You guys have a clear sense of purpose and directions what you guys want to do for the project and for your investors. I mean, everything looks good to me. Looks really good. Chart looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be following your journey for sure, man. And I now down the line, when you guys consider about, like, let's say maybe make a list of all the clientele who are using your software, etc.?
So that's GDPR, so it's privileged information. We can't go and advertise. I mean, we've asked for consent and they said no, we'd rather not. So we can't force that, and we can't disclose people's information where we're not allowed to. And it's a normal practice, you know. It's how it is, unfortunately. Now, if we have clients that do come and say to us, all right, guys, you can put us on your website or whatever, then we'll be happy to do so. We're as transparent becomes.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
and if it's something that can't be done, we'll just say it straight. We're not going to promise empty promises or build a hype that this is going to happen, and it's not feasibly possible. I mean, if I can't sit here and say, yep, we're going to do that and that, but it's never going to happen. I know that in the back of my head that it's never going to happen. So why say it?
Right. No, I definitely understand from the institutional entities perspective as well, right? So this is yeah, you got to protect them as well. And I understand. Yeah, sounds good, man. Hey, everything looks really good, man. Anything you want to add on before we take some questions?
No, let's take some questions. I mean, interaction is the best way of communication.
Okay, so if you go into the banner there, Ben, and I'm going to just go ahead and read off. We have a bunch of questions in the room. I don't want to know how these guys do it, but let me go through here and let me find some of the questions here. A lot of the questions usually during the AMA, you know, we usually answered already, but let me just see if I can spot a few questions in here. So if you're in the room, under the comment section, you can click on that, and if you can see one that is good, you can help me out as well. But let me scroll up and see if I can find a good one here.
Doing the same. I'm doing the same, yeah.
Let's see. What are the plans for introducing? Okay, so the question is now I read through your white paper, and I if to my knowledge I don't remember anything about mentioning a DAO. But the question is maybe I missed something. It says Pick Me asked, what are the plans for introducing a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization token, and how will it facilitate community-driven governance? Is that something that's on your plate, or is this something that you just asked for out of nowhere?
It was on our plate, of course, and it still is something we're very skeptical about, and we're thinking about it. So it is on our radar. It is something we're considering, but at the moment, it's not concrete. So we don't want to say something that might change. But yeah, it's a good question, and that is something that is on our radar.
And I understand, right? Especially when you have a technology, especially a trading software technology, right? And I hate to say it, right? A DAO is not for everyone. I hate to say it, for not every project, right? Sometimes you need the expertise of the experts in order to make the right directions and decisions within the company. Yeah. So especially like something like this. All right, so let's go to the next one.
Very, very careful on that decision. So it needs to be well thought.
Right. I think you touched on this already, Ben. But we can go ahead and recap really quick here because I think that's also a good question, and maybe you get this question a lot as well. But the question is, how does QuDefi's AI system differentiate itself from other AI-driven trading platforms in terms of technology and performance?
Yeah, so I mean, the biggest factor there is not the trading software. The biggest factor is the risk management software. Who is the best trader? The best risk manager, right? So if you don't lose money, you're inevitably going to make money. So that's where we're very different in our software. We didn't focus on the trading software. We focused on the risk management software. That was our main focus, because you get that right, the rest will come, you know. And if you have money to trade, then the rest will come. And if you don't, then that's what happens with the other softwares, which are plug and play. Our software isn't a plug and play. You first have to plug and play the risk management software, then everything else. Once that's working, and once you're staying between the risk parameters, and one thing I touched on the other night was, I think of a trading software that is making you a lot of money, and it's making money, and then one day something happens in the market fundamentally, or a news event or something like that, and all of a sudden you've lost all your money, and you're wondering what happened. Well, what happened? The risk parameters were not there. The way the accounts were set up were not correct. The way the stop losses, the trading stops, the hard stops were not there. So, you got to have your risk ratio, a lot of things that come into play, and our risk management software has diverse securities, diverse commodities, currencies, bonds, stocks. It all comes together to produce an overall result. So you're not just focusing on one currency pair. You're not focusing on one market element. The currency market, for example, is 8 trillion a day. And then you have the stock market, the bond market, so many different things. And you combine them all, you have a very diverse and very secure outcome.
Thanks for the answer there. All right, so CryptoBird asks, can you detail the vesting schedules for the seed, advisors, and team tokens, and explain how this aligns with the project's long-term goals?
Yeah, so the team's tokens are vested over 6 months. And the reason why we did that again is because we're not here to make a quick income and leave, a quick buck. And our liquidity is locked for 12 months. So the circulation is 49% goes into circulation. It's a very small portion for the team, but the bigger portion is for the wider community.
What about the advisors and the seed there? Because I do see it on the tokenomics there now. You guys
The seed,
advisors?
yeah, the seed is the 500,000. So we needed to put it in some form on the tokenomics. It had to go somewhere, so we put it as seed. That's 12 months locked. And the advisors, obviously, we have a lot of advisors, a lot of legal compliance to get us regulated. So that's mostly that.
So that's ongoing, correct? So that's ongoing, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, let's see here. A lot of these questions here have been answered already. But
that's what I noticed as well.
Yeah, let's touch on this. Goes, how do the monthly USDT airdrops work? So it's pretty basic now that you have a live DApp that people can actually see how much they've earned so far, correct?
That's exactly correct. And also we share our scan of the airdrop so everyone can know that all the holders got airdropped. And now with the app, as you rightly touched on, you can see daily how much you're expected to make on the airdrop. So real time, okay, they've made that much to tomorrow, the next day, the previous day's comparison before, so you have a pretty transparent view of what's been airdropped and what's going to be airdropped.
Now my question on that is, now, is there let's say a window where it counts, meaning that let's say I'm a active trader, right? Let's say I buy in, I buy out. Does that take account to every single buy and sell and how long I hold every single second, or you have to have within a time frame in order to, I guess, reflect onto your earning rewards?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So you can't come in the day before the airdrop, hold, and then get airdropped and leave. There's daily screen grabs, so we know who's a holder, and it's from one cycle to the next. So you have to be in for a cycle. So from one airdrop to the next. For example, now we're airdropping for the first 2 months. We're airdropping every Friday. If you're in from Friday to Friday, you're going to get airdropped.
I see. Okay. Let's see what else we have here.
And you're probably, if you're going to stay in for a week, from Friday to Friday, you're going to benefit from the price growth, and you're going to get airdropped. So it's a week of good income, 2, 3, 4 weeks if you want. and you can leave when you want, come when you want. There's no lock-in, no staking, no requirement.
Okay, sounds good. Now, Haya asked, how does QDefi plan to scale its platform and user base while maintaining the quality and performance of its AI system?
Yeah, so as I touched based on our current clientele, so we don't, in our rev share, we put in proportion to our holders. So for example, if we've made 100,000 this week in income, obviously we can't airdrop that 100,000 to 400 users. It'll be crazy amount of money. So we have a formula which, as the users go up, the revenue is dropped from more and more clientele. So we add more and more clientele to the revenue, and this means that it's always scalable.
Thanks for that answer there. All right, guys. Well, I think a lot of the questions have been answered already. A lot of this basic questions as well here.
Our
Actually,
Telegram, our Telegram group is the best place. You get an immediate answer. But yeah, go ahead. Another question.
Yeah, just one last one. Does QuDefi plan to have a mobile app?
Absolutely.
I guess okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome,
So the apps we created about the revenue share, the referral app, are web-based at the moment, but we're gonna be putting it all in one application, a QuDefi application on the App Store, and you'll be able to log in, see your referrals, see your airdrop, see your holdings. It'll all be in one place.
Awesome. Thanks for that answer there, Ben. And thanks for the question, guys. All right, guys, as I'm scrolling through here, a lot of the questions have been answered already. But if I missed anything, I'm going to pin the TG, the Telegram, after this. If you guys join the Telegram, do not spam, though. Give a feedback on the AMA, and maybe Mike, Johnny, or even one of the team members will go there and pick a $10 win over there, okay? Do not spam, though, okay? Make sure you ask your questions accordingly. As always, guys, AMAs are not financial advice. Make sure you do your research accordingly. Great job, Ben. I mean, I think you guys are moving very strategically. Seems that you have a strong directions of what you want to do with the project, and I look forward to see, whether you guys going to be ending up for tailored to the retail side of it as well. I mean, if it's proving software, I think the retail size of it, I think a lot of people can benefit from the software, especially as we're moving forward and as the crypto space is continue to evolve, right? If there's a risk management platform and all that good stuff there, I think it's going to be very beneficial for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, as I said, it's not one of those, it's passive income at the end of the day. It's a good income. If you want the moonshiners, the pumps and all of this, the memes, it's not for you. If you want a stable passive income, it's for you. So if you want to wake up in the morning and your value's only gone up and not crazily down, you can sleep at night. This is for you. It's low risk, and it's passive income. And as I said, we're here to stay. We've invested a lot of money, and we keep investing. So, yeah, it's a project for the passive investor, let's say.
Sounds great, Ben. Yeah, you guys did put in a lot of money. I mean, you mentioned 4.5 million for the software development, which is incredible, actually. All right, brother. Now you have 60. Go ahead.
We didn't come to the space with the promise that, look, we've developed, let's try this software, or let's fundraise and complete the software, or we're going to develop the software, come and pre-sale, fundraise. No, we just took our business, our fintech company, and we deployed it into the form of a token where it's structured correctly, compliant, and able to be sustainable.
Sounds great. I wish there's more project in the space with that same mindset, right? I think the space will be a lot different. So props for that mindset.
Absolutely.
Sounds good, Ben. So you mentioned you had done 16 AMAs. So for those that may not, probably come late, etc., where's the next stop, brother? Where can we find you on the next AMA?
So the next AMA MMKK. I think that's a private whale group. I'm not sure if it's a public group, but I need to see that. And then we're going to usually spend tomorrow and plan out the weekly AMAs. This week was every day. The schedule of the week, just so you know how it was back to back every day, 6 p.m. UTC, every day was an AMA. And it's something we like to do. So, I mean, we had Defi Doji, we had Kobe's Calls, Venom, Managers, Koi Merge. We had some Moby Media. We had a lot. So we're getting out there. We're getting the word out there. And it's the best form of getting the word out there is interaction,
100%. 100%. That's a lot of AMAs. Yeah, I mean, everything looks good. Everything looks good to me. I have nothing bad to say about it. You guys are moving very strategically, as a a business guy, entrepreneur myself. I've been around and also was in a Fortune 500 company for the longest time as an operation. So when I analyze the project, seems like you do have a strong sense of purpose and directions, and moving very strategically. So there's nothing
Absolutely.
bad I can say. Sounds great, Ben. Great presentation, brother. Usually we like to award a listener, a $20 listener. So you can scroll down, Ben, and just pick one listener, so it's not come from me. Just pick any of them, and you can just DM me the username.
Cool.
We'd like to, yeah, anyone.
Just pick someone randomly with my mouse. I'll just DM you 1 second.
Yeah, sounds good. There's a guy named Gold Developer. I don't think he's from your team, is it?
No.
Okay. All right, Gold Developer. We're gonna wrap it up soon here, brother. So just make sure I will pin the TG after that, right? In our room, in our chat room. Join the TG, okay? One of my team will come in there and pick a winner there as well. But do not spam the room. If you want to give a feedback, please do so. Have you picked one, Ben?
Oh yeah, I have. 1 second. I'm just trying to DM you. Awesome. Can you just hit me a DM a minute because it's not coming up. It's not coming up.
The funny thing is a lot of people say that too. I don't know why. A lot of people say they can't even DM me. I don't know why. You're not the first one. It's weird. Maybe my setting is off. That's probably why.
There we go.
Because I get DMs, so many DMs, man. It's almost unbelievable. I'm sure you too.
Yeah, man. I get 428 a day.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, Ben. Hey, great presentation, brother. And I look forward to come in and hear an update. We at the end of the day, we are truly investors here. Our group still consists of like 80% from the United States. The last stats that we looked at there. But hey, next time you have an update, if you guys are a legit project, let us know, man. We'd like to support you, and I look forward to hear updates from you.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll run it back, and we'll see where we are in a couple of months. We'll pick up from where we were today and where we are then. So, I think it'll be interesting.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Well, that was a great presentation. I encourage everyone to go read the white paper. I did read the white paper. I think it's very well written, very clear, concise, easy to understand, to the point. It's not that long. It's probably around, I think if I remember correctly, it was like 17 pages, I think. So it's not that bad. I read 100 pages before. So not that bad.
We kept it less complicated, simple, to the point,
Yeah. So, all right, Ben. Well, thank you so much for being here. And along with everybody else, if you don't have a last message, we're going to wrap it up, brother.
Thank you for having us, brother, and look forward to everybody benefiting from holding QuDefi.
Thank you so much. So with that being said, guys, thank you again, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Oh, when I open the room, guys, just for fun of it, okay? We have like 120 or 25 people here. 1 to 200, random number, 5 guesses only, right? Just a random number just for fun, and we will award another person with a $10 just for fun. And I will post the TG. Make sure you join the TG, okay? All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.